Today I'd like to talk briefly about a couple of things related to being a truth teller, being a red pillar, being somebody who brings forth information that they're not telling you in the normal places, the places where they should be telling you these things, like the so-called mainstream media and etc. The perils of being this sort of person, being this truth teller, this red pillar. And I want to start first of all by saying, even though I am somebody, um, I am a card-carrying conspiracy theorist, anti-masker, anti-vaxxer, what have you, down the line. I am that is me. But I'd like to say, even for me, Instagram is the only social media that I really have any part in anymore. And I'm friends. Do you say friends, or what do they call it when you're linked with someone? I don't know what they call it. On Facebook, they called it your friend, but I think on Instagram it's something else. You follow someone, they follow you. So I follow a few people who are very much red pilled. I always put that term in quotes because I really don't like to use it, but I'm using it for convenience sake now. On this, everything that's going down, including the vax, and what I have noticed is that when I see their logo pop up on the top, because for those of you who don't know, who don't have Instagram, there's a part where you post and there's a part where you can post stories, and the stories are, the posts just go to the main page, but the stories go somewhere where on the top of the page you can hit someone's icon, and then you see like a slideshow of stories that they are posting. So it's a little bit more subterranean way of posting, I guess. So what I find is that whenever I see some new posting made by one of these people, one of these one of these red-pilled types, I always think to myself, oh shit, oh come on, what now? Damn it. I think, damn, I don't want to find out what kind of crap they're trying to pull on us now. I don't want to hear this. It's not good for my mental health. I don't want to hear this. And so it's a very curious thing, because even with somebody like me, I know how that sounds, but what I mean by that is somebody who is an ally of theirs ideologically. Even I don't want to know. I don't want to hear this stuff a lot of the time. It's sort of like, oh, this is going to ruin my day to find out the shit that's about to go down now. And so it's a very peculiar thing, because it is a kind of you get mad at the messenger just because they are going to tell you things that you don't want to hear. Now, if that's the case for me, I can only imagine what it's like for the so-called normie types, or those who are on the fence. So I'm not sure what really to say about that, about this particular type of peril, except maybe mix it up a little. Maybe if you're just gonna post nonstop stuff about the obscene scandal of this psychological operation that they're running on us now, maybe mix it up a little with something whimsical, or something lighter, or something that's just not politically and socially relevant. all the time. So that's one thing. The other thing I would say is, I think that not that anybody asked for my advice, but I would say that when it comes to red pilling the normies, I remember back when I was a normie. I mean, I guess I was never really a normie. I was a semi-normie, and because I think I've always had a pretty open mind, and I've never been someone to just to say that people should be shut down, or just to say, oh, they're asking this question, how outrageous that they'd be asking that kind of question. But there was a time when I was, more of a semi-normie, where I believed the official story of 9/11 more or less, but I was intrigued by alternative suggestions, and I was open to them. And I remember for a time I was in communication with somebody who was, very much a non-believer in the official story, which is fine, which is good, which is what I am now. But I remember at the time asking this person questions, so challenging them on this, that, or the other thing. And I remember their behavior towards me was just always, or it got to be, it wasn't always, because I would never have been in contact with him in the first place if it had always been this way. But it got to be this very supercilious, condescending, oh, well, you just don't want to see the truth, kind of communication. And so I think there is this kind of, I think that some people who see through the lies get this kind of undeserved arrogance about themselves. And, the terms like sheeple are testimony to that. This way of viewing most people in this contemptuous kind of way, instead of saying to yourself, well, people have busy lives, most people aren't malicious in their intentions. If they're brainwashed, it's not, we have to distinguish between brainwashing and brainwashing. There's the more malignant type of brainwashing where they're going to come after you and shut you down and try to hurt you if you're not one of them. And then there's the more, I'll say, more benign type of brainwashing. It's still bad to be brainwashed, but there are a lot of people who are just sort of like, oh, well, that sounds kind of crazy to me, but whatever, to each his own. And I'm just going to go on wearing my mask and believing the official story. Those kind of people, the latter type of people, if there's anybody that you're going to be able to reach, it's them. And you don't reach them by acting towards them like they're a bunch of idiots, by treating their questions with contempt, or just telling them that they're stupid, that they're living a lie, that they're caught in the matrix, that they're sheep. There's just no good comes of that. Not only does no good come of that, but also it's not good for you to think of other people in that way. Again, my experience as an anti-masker, as I said, a card-carrying member of the conspiracy theorist population, my impression is that most people just are indifferent, or it's not that they're hostile, it's not that they're it's not that they're bad, or that they're gonna try to do bad things to you, or anything like that. It's more just like they don't care. Like I've said many times before, I go around like I go to the mall to do some of my work, because the mall is kind of my office, because I don't have an office. But I have to go somewhere that's not in my domicile. So I go out, and when I go out, I go to the mall. So the mall is my office, and in the mall, I never wear a mask. You know, if I have to go into any stores, then I might put on a mask and do a half mask, you know, with my nose showing. My subtle passive aggressive way of protesting. But the main mall area, there's no apparently no law against me not wearing a mask, because nobody's ever told me to put one on. None of the security guards has ever stopped me and asked me where my mask was, or tried to give me a mask to put on, or anything like that. And to this day, I've never had anyone look at me funny or give me grief, or you know, anything like that, even though nearly all of the rest of anybody who's walking through the mall is masked up. Okay. So, you know, I could be angry with all these people and say, and point at them and say, sheep, you bunch of sheep, you blind fools, you idiots. But I don't do that, because number one, it's not good for me to have that kind of attitude toward my fellow man, you know, just indiscriminately. I mean, when people are guilty of malefactions, that's different. Then you can, you know, let loose and tell how you really feel about them. But just the broad swath of people, again, I don't think they have any beef with me. I think they're just going along to get along, and you know, maybe a lot of them are low information people. Maybe some of them aren't terribly high IQ people, but that's not a sin. That's not a crime. It's not a bad thing. So, you know, again, I'll just go back to my guy, the guy who was lecturing me, you know, who was trying to red pill me, and then got frustrated that I wasn't just immediately buying in, that I was asking questions and challenging him, and then he got angry with me and treated me with contempt, or with condescension. You know, if all the people I had ever met who did not believe the consensus reality script, let's say, if all of them had been like this guy, I would have said, fuck these people. These people are assholes. You know, they may be right, but they're assholes, and I don't want to be with them if they're, you know. So I would say, again, the lesson to be learned from this is, you know, don't just think that somebody is sheeple if they're not buying what you're buying into your beliefs automatically. If they want to challenge you, if they want to ask you questions, and their questions are sincere, you know, don't just dismiss them out of hand and imply that they're stupid and that they're malignantly brainwashed, because that's not good for you or for them. So those are just a couple of lessons for those in the red pill community. Take them for whatever you think they're worth. Thanks for watching. My name's Andy Nowicki. Please check out my work at altrightnovelist.com.